What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of The Dig, a series dedicated to helping you improve profitability on your farm.
I'm Collin, and this is Aaron. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the most important things that we can do this year at harvest to help next year's crop. Let's dig in. It feels a little out of sync to be talking about next year's crop when we're starting to harvest 2022, but there are some important things to consider when it comes to corn residue to ensure setting ourselves up for success come plant 2023.
Man, 2023, that's crazy, you know? But you're right, Colin. Residue management is extremely important for a number of reasons, right? Cornfields with a lot of residue can harbor insects. You know, it can mat easily, causing hairpinning in the row. It can create emergence issues, and residue holds water, keeping soils wetter longer into the spring, pushing back our planting a little bit, right? And also, when you think about a corn after corn rotation, it can really tie up nitrogen too.
All of these are serious issues that can have big implications in the spring if not managed properly. And because residue breakdown is a function of weather and moisture, our friends to the north really struggle with residue issues thanks to their frigid temperatures at or following harvest.
Because it's cold up north. Corn residue also contains large quantities of nutrients, so by speeding up the degradation of that residue, we allow for an earlier release of those nutrients so they're readily available for that crop next year. In PFR, we've noted more uniform emergence and higher final stands when planting into stalks that have been managed to decompose quicker.
What kind of nutrient values are you talking about, Aaron?
Well, for one, potassium. Soybeans and a soybean after corn rotation use a lot of potassium. So when we shred that residue, we just allow that potassium to be more readily available in the soil for that soybean crop. Nitrogen is obviously another important nutrient, and our estimates show that for every 1 ton of corn residue we have, we get about 15 pounds of nitrogen from that if we can get it broken down and start releasing. So that can really go a long way in helping next year's crop, and anything we can do to get extra nutrients is always a good thing, right?
That's right. Sizing the residue and helping the existing biological populations can also help extract the nutrients, making them available much quicker. Beck's PFR has conducted a handful of studies over the years to help find that tried and true method of speeding up the breakdown of corn residue.
There's 2 ways to manage residue: mechanical manipulation and the application of residue management products. Both are effective. The decision might simply come down to what works best for your farm.
Personally, I prefer the mechanical methods. You know how much I love equipment.
All right, go for it.
We have 2 PFR proven residue. Hold on. I got a fly in my throat. We have 2 PFR proven residue management systems that have continually provided an increased yield and ROI over 3 years of testing: the Capello chopping head and the Yetter stalk devastators. Both of these systems work to rupture the stalks so that moisture can get into the residue quicker, exposing more of the surface to microbes, biologicals, and moisture, resulting in faster residue breakdown and ultimately quicker nutrient availability for the following growing season. Capello's chopping head sizes corn residue much smaller than the traditional head, ripping the stalks apart. The chopping head has shown a 14.9 bushel advantage in the corn after corn rotations and a 2.3 bushel advantage in the soybean after corn rotation. Likewise, the Yetter stalk devastators have shown a yield advantages of 6.3 bushels in the corn after corn rotation. The concept of the stalk devastator is similar to the chopping head, but it is mounted underneath to push the stalks over and crush them. The benefit of this is to reduce damage to tires, tracks, wires, and hydraulic hoses.
Yeah, but these systems are probably pretty expensive, aren't they?
It's not always about the Benjamins, Aaron.
It's not?
You need to consider the long-term ROI and improved nutrient availability in the soil. That being said, in a corn after corn rotation, the Capello chopping head only requires 268 acres to pay off, while the Yetter stalk devastator acres to pay off is 317. Now, it is important to note that these numbers are based off a 12-row head at $4 corn.
Now, when it comes to liquid solutions, we have 2 PFR proven products for growers to consider. Both of these products work to support and feed that biological component that helps to break down that residue. Res Plus is the first one. It's a dual action residue management product that contains 2 components for residue breakdown. We saw improved degradation and yield in all 4 years of testing this product, with a $13 ROI and almost 9 bushel to the acre yield advantage. Likewise, Robust is PFR proven with a 3-year, $12 average ROI advantage and 6 bushel to the acre yield advantage. Robust contains a unique formulation of plant and soil nutrients designed to feed those microbes in the soil, leading to increased degradation of residue.
Residue management has always been an important consideration, but as we continue to use more and more fungicides, our crops stay healthier and greener longer, so the stalks are not decomposing as fast as they used to.
It's a good problem, right?
I mean, you would think.
Another factor that has increased the need for residue management is the development of Bt corn. While great for our yields and insect management, we are seeing corn stalks that again are tougher and more resilient than ever before.
If fall-based residue management isn't your thing, there are some things that we can do at planting season for plant 2023.
That's right. Row cleaners can be a great addition to any planter setup. These attachments work to move that residue out of the way of the planter gauge wheels and help prevent hairpinning, which minimizes the risk of emergence issues and pest damage from slugs and other yield-robbing insects. Yetter's 2967 row cleaners are PFR proven and are worth considering on your own farm.
The best option for disc openers will depend on your needs, but the STP disc openers from Prescription Tillage Technologies are PFR proven after 3 years of increased yield gains. The serrated edges and varying diameters provide some tillage in the seed trench. They also lift and fracture the sidewall, alleviating compaction from the gauge wheels.
In conclusion, we have a lot of different options for managing residue, right? What it comes down to is what works best for your farm and maybe your tillage practices.
That's it for this episode. Tune in next time as we have a special guest join us to harvest our 400 bushel plot.
Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on another episode of
The Dig. Choo-ching!
Perfect.
Yeah, Zach's mouth is gonna be on this can, then I gotta touch it.
The Yetter Docs,
The dog
the Doc Stevedators. Area code 317.
The only thing I can think of is me rolling around on the ground, acting like the stalk devastator, but I don't really want to roll around on the ground.
Diameters, yeah.
Diameters.
Diameters. One more time. And varying diameters. Dang it.
Yes.
Got him.
Diameters.
Got him.